When we talk about belly fat, it's crucial to distinguish between two main types: subcutaneous fat, which is the pinchable fat just under your skin, and visceral fat, the far more dangerous kind that lies deep within your abdominal cavity, wrapping around your vital organs like the liver, pancreas, and intestines. While subcutaneous fat is largely benign, visceral fat is a metabolically active organ in itself, secreting a cocktail of inflammatory compounds and hormones that have systemic effects throughout your body. And increasingly, scientific research is pointing to this deep belly fat as a significant, yet often overlooked, threat to your brain. The connection isn't just a correlation, it's a complex, bidirectional relationship rooted in shared physiological pathways. This isn't about vanity, it's about protecting your most vital organ. Understanding this intricate link provides a powerful new motivation to tackle that abdominal girth, transforming the goal from aesthetic desire to urgent health imperative. This isn't just about looking good in a swimsuit, it's about ensuring a future with a clear, capable mind. The inflammatory assault. How visceral fat damages your brain. Imagine your brain as a highly sophisticated, delicate computer. Now, imagine a constant, low-grade inflammatory fire raging throughout its operating system. This is precisely what happens when you carry excessive visceral fat. Visceral fat is not just inert storage. It's an endocrine organ that actively pumps out pro-inflammatory signaling molecules called cytokines, like TNF-alpha, IL-6, and CRP, and other adipokines directly into your bloodstream. These inflammatory compounds travel throughout your body, easily crossing the blood-brain barrier, a protective shield that normally guards your brain, and trigger neuroinflammation. Neuroinflammation is essentially inflammation within the brain. While acute inflammation is a necessary protective response to injury or infection, chronic neuroinflammation is highly detrimental. It can damage neurons, impair synaptic plasticity, the brain's ability to form and strengthen connections, crucial for learning and memory, and disrupt the function of glial cells, which support neuronal health. This persistent inflammatory state is a well-established driver of cognitive decline and a key pathological feature in neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Studies have shown that individuals with higher visceral fat levels often exhibit increased markers of systemic inflammation, which directly correlates with reduced brain volume, particularly in regions vital for memory, like the hippocampus, and poorer performance on cognitive tests. It's like a slow, burning rust that erodes your brain's capacity over time. The metabolic meltdown. Insulin resistance and brain starvation. Beyond inflammation, visceral fat acts as a major disruptor of metabolic health, leading to a condition known as insulin resistance. This is another critical pathway linking your belly to your brain. Insulin, a hormone produced by your pancreas, is essential for regulating blood sugar. It acts like a key, unlocking cells to allow glucose, your body's primary fuel, to enter and be used for energy. When you have too much visceral fat, it releases free fatty acids and inflammatory molecules that interfere with insulin signaling, making your cells less responsive to insulin's key. This forces your pancreas to produce more and more insulin to try and keep blood sugar levels in check, leading to chronically elevated insulin levels, hyperinsulinemia, and, eventually, high blood sugar, type 2 diabetes. Here's the crucial twist for your brain. Your brain, despite its small size, is a massive energy consumer, relying almost exclusively on glucose for fuel. While the brain itself produces some insulin, it also relies on insulin signaling for optimal function, including neuronal growth, survival, and synaptic plasticity. When the brain becomes insulin resistant, often referred to as type 3 diabetes, its ability to take up and utilize glucose effectively is impaired. This can lead to a state of brain energy deficit, where neurons essentially starve for fuel. This energy starvation contributes to impaired cognitive function, memory problems, and increased vulnerability to neurodegeneration. Insulin resistance also promotes the accumulation of amyloid beta plaques and tau tangles, the hallmark pathological features of Alzheimer's disease. The payoff of understanding this connection is immense. By reducing visceral fat and improving insulin sensitivity, you're not just preventing diabetes, you're directly fueling your brain and protecting it from a catastrophic energy crisis. The gut-brain axis. A surprising link in the belly fat story. Another fascinating and increasingly recognized pathway connecting belly fat to brain health is the gut-brain axis. Your gut is home to trillions of microorganisms, collectively known as the gut microbiota. This complex ecosystem plays a profound role in your health, influencing everything from nutrient absorption to immune function. And it turns out, it's intimately connected to your brain. Visceral fat can alter the composition and function of your gut microbiota, leading to dysbiosis, an imbalance of beneficial and harmful bacteria. This dysbiosis can compromise the integrity of your gut lining, leading to a leaky gut, where toxins and inflammatory compounds can cross into the bloodstream. These substances then travel to the brain, further fueling neuroinflammation. Furthermore, the gut microbiota produces various metabolites, including short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, which can directly influence brain function and mood. An unhealthy gut microbiome, often associated with excessive visceral fat, can produce fewer beneficial SCFAs and more harmful metabolites, negatively impacting neurotransmitter production and brain signaling. It's a surprising, yet critical, link. Your belly fat doesn't just create inflammation directly, it can also orchestrate an inflammatory response through your gut, sending damaging signals straight to your brain. The payoff here is that addressing gut health, often through dietary changes that reduce visceral fat, offers a dual benefit for both your gut and your brain. Action Plan. Reducing belly fat for optimal brain health. Understanding the alarming link between visceral fat and brain health provides a powerful impetus for action. The good news is that visceral fat is highly metabolically active and relatively responsive to lifestyle interventions. Here's a scientifically grounded action plan to reduce it and protect your brain. Prioritize dietary quality. The anti-inflammatory, insulin-sensitizing approach. This is the cornerstone. Focus on an eating pattern rich in whole, unprocessed foods that naturally reduce inflammation and improve insulin sensitivity. Eliminate added sugars and refined carbohydrates. These are primary drivers of insulin resistance and visceral fat accumulation. Sugary drinks, processed snacks, white bread, and pastries should be drastically minimized or eliminated. Increase fiber intake. Soluble fiber, found in oats, beans, apples, psyllium, is particularly effective at reducing visceral fat. It slows down digestion, promotes satiety, and feeds beneficial gut bacteria. Embrace healthy fats. Focus on monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, avocado, olive oil, nuts, seeds, fatty fish rich in omega-3s. These are anti-inflammatory and support satiety. Adequate protein intake. Protein helps preserve muscle mass, which is metabolically active, boosts satiety, and has a higher thermic effect, burns more calories during digestion. Aim for lean protein sources like poultry, fish, legumes, and eggs. The Mediterranean diet pattern. This eating style, emphasizing vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and lean proteins, especially fish, is strongly linked to reduced visceral fat, improved insulin sensitivity, and powerful neuroprotection. It naturally incorporates all the above principles. Regular, varied physical activity, burn fat, build brain power. Exercise is a potent tool for reducing visceral fat and directly benefiting your brain. Aerobic exercise. Moderate to vigorous aerobic activity, brisk walking, jogging, cycling, swimming, for at least 150,300 minutes per week is highly effective at targeting visceral fat. This type of exercise also improves blood flow to the brain, stimulates the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that promotes the growth and survival of neurons, and reduces neuroinflammation. Resistance training. Building and maintaining muscle mass is crucial. Muscle is metabolically active and helps improve insulin sensitivity, which in turn reduces visceral fat. Aim for 2-3 full-body resistance training sessions per week. Movement throughout the day. Beyond structured workouts, simply reducing sedentary time by incorporating more movement into your daily routine. Standing desks, walking breaks, contributes to visceral fat reduction and overall metabolic health. Optimize sleep. The nightly brain and belly reboot. Poor sleep is a significant, often overlooked, contributor to visceral fat gain and impaired brain health. Aim for 7-9 hours. Consistent, high-quality sleep helps regulate hormones, like cortisol, ghrelin, and leptin, that influence appetite, metabolism, and fat storage. Establish a routine. Go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time each day, even on weekends. Create a sleep-friendly environment, dark, cool, and quiet. Limit screen time before bed. The twist. While you sleep, your brain actively cleanses itself, flushing out toxins. Lack of sleep impairs this crucial lymphatic system, leading to a buildup of waste products that can damage brain cells, directly correlating with increased visceral fat and cognitive decline. Strategic stress management. Calming the storm within chronic stress, mediated by the hormone cortisol, directly promotes visceral fat accumulation and neuroinflammation. Mindfulness and meditation. Even 10-15 minutes daily can significantly lower cortisol levels and promote a state of calm. Deep breathing exercises. Simple, immediate techniques to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Hobbies and social connection. Engage in activities that bring you joy and foster meaningful relationships. These act as powerful buffers against stress. The payoff. Reducing stress not only helps shrink your waistline but also protects your brain from the damaging effects of chronic cortisol exposure, fostering mental clarity and emotional resilience. Your brain's best defense starts in your belly. The journey to a healthier brain and a leaner body is interconnected. By actively targeting and reducing visceral fat, you're not merely pursuing an aesthetic ideal, you're implementing a profoundly impactful strategy for long-term cognitive vitality. This isn't just about preventing disease. It's about optimizing your capacity to learn, remember, create, and engage with the world around you for decades to come. Embrace these lifestyle shifts not as burdens, but as empowering choices. Each healthier meal, every minute of movement, and every hour of restorative sleep is a direct investment in the most valuable asset you possess, your brain. Take control of your belly fat, and you take control of your brain's future.